The world was watching when Hollywood's biggest scandal in history erupted. It all began with a shocking leak. An internal FBI document mysteriously made its way onto the internet, listing over a dozen high-profile celebrities as suspects in an ongoing criminal investigation. The names on the list sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Oscar-winning actors, Grammy-winning musicians, billionaire social media influencers, legendary directors, and even powerful studio executives. Some of the most beloved and respected figures in show business were suddenly branded as criminals. Within minutes, the leak spread like wildfire. News channels scrambled to report on the unfolding chaos, while social media platforms exploded with debates, theories, and outrage. Was the document real? Had these celebrities been secretly involved in a crime syndicate? Or was this an elaborate hoax meant to destroy their reputations? The FBI remained silent, refusing to confirm or deny the allegations, which only fueled more speculation. Hollywood was in panic mode. Studio executives held emergency meetings behind closed doors, trying to figure out how to protect their interests. Some stars on the list immediately lawyered up, hiring the most expensive legal teams money could buy. Others vanished overnight, deleting social media accounts, canceling upcoming appearances, and even disappearing from their homes. Paparazzi and reporters swarmed the mansions of the accused, hoping to capture their reactions. Then, just 3 days later, the first arrest came. Ethan Reynolds, one of Hollywood's most bankable action stars, was taken into custody at his private jet hangar. He had been moments away from boarding a flight to Europe when federal agents arrived. Handcuffed and visibly shaken, he was led away while cameras captured every second. The image of his arrest dominated every major news outlet within minutes. Fans couldn't believe it. Ethan had always been known as the ultimate good guy, clean-cut, scandal-free, and one of the most beloved actors in the industry. What crime could he possibly have committed? Hours later, the second arrest followed. Ivy Lane, a rebellious pop sensation with a massive global fan base, was dragged from her penthouse apartment in New York. Screaming at the flashing cameras, she was forced into the back of a black SUV by federal agents. Some believed her reaction was proof of her guilt. Others saw it as the desperation of someone being framed, and the arrests didn't stop there. One by one, the FBI moved in. A famous stand-up comedian was ambushed during a live interview, arrested mid-sentence as his shocked audience watched in horror. A critically acclaimed film director was caught at an exclusive yacht party, handcuffed in front of the world's wealthiest elites. A billionaire tech mogul, known for his connections to Hollywood, was detained at his private island retreat. Each arrest brought more questions, but few answers. By this point, the public was divided. Some demanded that justice be served, believing the accused had finally been exposed for their crimes. Others were convinced that something far more sinister was at play. That's when investigative journalist Emily Carter decided to dig deeper. Emily had built her career on uncovering Hollywood's darkest secrets, but this case felt different. The leaks were too well timed, the arrests too public, the accusations too vague. The FBI refused to comment, and yet their every move was being broadcast to the world. Something didn't add up. She began tracing the origins of the leaked FBI document, analyzing the case files, and interviewing sources within the industry. What she discovered changed everything. The entire investigation was riddled with inconsistencies, fabricated evidence, missing files, and vague charges that lacked any real foundation. Some of the celebrities on the list had never even met one another, yet the FBI's report made it seem like they were all part of the same criminal organization. It was almost as if someone had carefully crafted this narrative to take down specific individuals. Then, Emily found something shocking. The mastermind behind the entire scandal wasn't a criminal at all. It was a powerful government official with deep ties to Hollywood's elite. The leaked list wasn't a result of investigative work. It was a strategic move designed to destroy certain figures while protecting others. Some of the arrests were legitimate, but many were based on falsified information. This wasn't about justice. This was about control. As Emily prepared to publish her findings, strange things began happening. Her phone was tapped, her laptop was hacked. Anonymous threats warned her to stop investigating, but she refused to back down. Then, something even more shocking happened. One of the arrested celebrities mysteriously died in custody. Official reports claimed it was a suicide, but Emily wasn't convinced. The circumstances were suspicious. The timeline didn't make sense, and people close to the victim insisted they had no reason to take their own life. Hollywood was now in full-blown crisis mode. Major studios cut ties with the accused, erasing their projects from streaming services and replacing them in upcoming films. Brand endorsements were canceled. Celebrities not on the list distanced themselves, fearing they might be next. The industry was eating itself alive, but Emily wasn't the only one digging for the truth. A few of the arrested stars, determined to clear their names, hired private investigators. Together, they uncovered even more damning evidence. The FBI had been manipulated. Corrupt officials within the Bureau had altered case files, targeting celebrities who had spoken out against industry corruption and government overreach. The true criminals, the ones actually running Hollywood's darkest operations, were being protected. The revelations sent shockwaves across the nation. Protests erupted outside FBI headquarters. Celebrities who had once remained silent began speaking out. High-profile lawyers demanded the immediate release of those falsely accused. It became clear that Hollywood's biggest scandal wasn't about crime. It was about power, influence, and the lengths people would go to maintain control. In the end, some of the accused were cleared, but their careers would never be the same. Others, despite the truth coming to light, remained behind bars, caught in a system that refused to admit its mistakes. Some of Hollywood's biggest names disappeared entirely, their reputations destroyed beyond repair. And the true masterminds? They remained in the shadows, untouched, waiting for the next opportunity to reshape the industry in their favor. Hollywood had changed forever, but one thing remained true. Power and corruption had always been the real stars of the show. And in this city, the biggest stories were always the ones they didn't want you to see.